Good morning from Aiken, South Carolina. I am standing right in front of the Aiken County Judicial Center, and this building was constructed in the 1830s, one of the oldest buildings here in Aiken. And Aiken was named after William Aiken, one of the most important figureheads of South Carolina that brought commerce to this part of the state. William Aiken was also the president of the South Carolina Railroad in the 1830s, which had a line of about 136 miles, which is one of the longest railroads in America at that time. Aiken is about 18 miles east of Augusta, Georgia, along the Savannah River. And like I said, just tremendous history here, real beauty here. Aiken is also noted for a substantial amount of thoroughbred horses are trained here and raised here, and there are a lot of farms around here. So it's a really neat city. So let's kind of walk around and just see what else that we can see here in Aiken, South Carolina. I am standing behind the starting gate of the Aiken Training Racetrack. Let me turn this around so you can see it. And this is one of the best facilities, believe it or not, in America. And like I mentioned before, thoroughbred racing is huge here in Aiken, South Carolina. In other words, what Lexington and Versailles is in horse country in Kentucky, Aiken is in South Carolina. And this track is a little over a mile long. It was built in 1936 during the Great Depression. In 1941, it was considered one of the best training facilities in the country. The straightaways are real soft, and the turns are a little banked, which really helps these horses. Are some of the best horses in America. And you can see kind of some horses behind me. Some of the best horses have trained here. And there's also a Racing Hall of Fame here in Aiken. But some of the horses that trained here when they were young were Derby winners. Swale is one. The mighty Kelso is here. Good morning, you all. How are you all? I saw you run around. That was a great pace. Great pace. And Aiken is, like I say, such a unique horse thoroughbred area here. It's just really special. I'm going to kind of walk up a little bit. You can kind of see the track here, and you can see all the. If you can see around me, I try not to get the sun into the lens here. You can see the quarter poles and so forth like that. But I notice it's very, very soft here, very sandy, and like I mentioned, some of the great horses in America have trained here when they're young. This is where they learn. And some of the farms around Aiken are just gorgeous. I mean, it kind of makes you think like what horse country is in Kentucky. It's real, real special. So I'm going to kind of walk up a little bit and look at some of the buildings and just kind of check it out. So I'm going to walk over here. And again, to let you know how big thoroughbred racing is here in Aiken, I'm in front of the Racing Hall of Fame and Museum here in Aiken. I'm going to kind of walk in a little bit. And what's kind of cool right here, it has, let me turn this around. It has the some of the big stables and the farms, like here's Claiborne Farms, 49er Swale. Swale run the Kentucky Derby. And this is so cool here. And you can just see how it doesn't open until later on this afternoon. And of course, with COVID-19, I don't know if it's even going to open, but it's just thoroughbred racing is just so big here. And like I mentioned, of course, it has the training track, but there's a lot of horse farms around here. And it's just in all the major streets, like I mentioned, it has the silhouette of horses and so forth. It's just a real unique, special town here in the middle part of the state, the western part of the state, real close to the Savannah River. Just a neat city. And I tell you something else that's really cool. The main thoroughfares or the roads, There's a substantial, I don't know what you would call it, it's not the mall, but the streets, there's lots of trees. I've never seen so many trees right down the middle of the main roads in the city, downtown Aiken. So it's really neat. What a pleasant surprise. How cool this place is. So let me just keep checking what we can see, and I'll catch you later. I am driving down Boundary Street here in Aiken, and what's really neat, a lot of the street signs have silhouettes of horses' heads, but I'm going to turn this camera around so you can just see the beauty of this street and of just Aiken itself. And look at these gorgeous oak trees, and it just fits so well with South Carolina southern city, and live oaks, and aged live oaks, and the horses here. It's just such a neat, outstanding, neat place. So I just wanted you to see this. And you know, it's interesting because Southern Magazine 2018 said Aiken is the South's best small town. It's really not that small, but it is, my goodness, it is so full of Southern charm here. So I just want you to see this. I am standing in front of the world famous Wilcox Hotel here in Aiken, and what a history this hotel has. Winston Churchill stayed here. John Pulitzer stayed here. FDR stayed here. And just about everybody, if they can, when they come to the Masters in the springtime, because it's only 18, 17 miles away, this is where they stay. And if you ever come to Aiken, you have to stay here. This place has so much history and is so unique, you have to put this on your agenda to come here. So I'm going to go through here and we're going to look at this. I have to put a mask on. So let me walk in here and we can kind of check this place out. But it's real neat, really, really special. If I can do this. Okay. Just kind of check this place out. Here we go. This is the lobby in here. And look at this beautiful cypress and wood and the history, like I say. I'm going to walk up to, good morning. There's a neat little bar. So I'm going to kind of walk right down this hallway. And again, like I mentioned, horses are so much a part of Aiken. You can see prints of all these horses, whether it's jumpers or hunters or thoroughbreds, and there's so much history here. But there's one thing that I want to show you that I think is really really cool for me. Right here, I don't know if you can see this or not, that's a print of Northern Dancer, won the Kentucky Derby and also the Preakness. And Northern Dancer set the record for the Kentucky Derby of 2 minutes flat. And no horse could beat 2 minutes flat for a long, long time. And the horse that did was Secretariat. It was so cool to see Northern Dancer here. One of the greatest sires in thoroughbreds. So let me you can see, I think it's pretty well, it's off season. But anyway, let me kind of walk down the hallway a little bit more. So you have a good day and a great Thanksgiving, okay?
You too.
Thank you. So again, this is on the must list. You come here to Aiken. The world famous Wilcox Hotel, right in the heart of downtown Aiken. So let me take this off. Let me just see what else that we could discover. So This is such a cool place. So I'll be right back to you. I am in the middle of downtown Aiken, and I'm in a park. I tell you what, this is gorgeous. This is just incredible. I have never seen so many beautiful live oak trees. Normally, the live oak trees are along the coast in the low country, Hilton Head and Charleston and so forth. We're in the upstate. Not in the upstate, but the middle part of the state. And let me turn this around so if you can see this. Just these gorgeous live oak trees. And again, this is downtown Aiken. And like I mentioned a little bit ago, even the highway dividers has tons of these trees. This is just so gorgeous. And that's why they say Aiken, a place like no other, and it really is. My goodness, what a place. You gotta come here. You gotta come here. This is just neat. And again, this is downtown, right in the middle of downtown Aiken, just a neat, neat park, and it goes way over there. So, any case, let me just keep exploring this cool place and just see what else that we can see. I'm at a farm just outside Aiken, and we do have beautiful horse farms all around Aiken, but we also have farms that grow great crops. One of the largest crops that we grow in South Carolina are peaches, and there are more peaches grown in South Carolina than any other state east of the Mississippi River. Sorry about that, Georgia, but that's just the way it is. On this farm right here, this is not peaches, but it's something pretty doggone special. And I'm going to kind of turn this around a little bit and look at this. Look at this cotton. Is that magnificent? I mean, that is incredible. I'm going to turn this camera around just to see if you can see this. Now look at that. That just goes on and on and on. I would say that's probably, my goodness, maybe 1,000 acres of just incredible cotton. Look at that. Soon to be picked. Now cotton, I did a little bit of homework, and it's about, I think it's like 685 pounds of cotton per acre. And cotton is going for about 65 cents a pound. So you're looking at about, oh golly day, $450 an acre of cotton. So if you had 200 acres, and this is a whole lot more than 200 acres, that's about $90,000 of cotton out there. Now, I don't know about you, but $90,000 would probably get me through the weekend. Would you look at that? That's got to be, like I say, 1,000 acres. Now, they grow these, or produce it rather, in these big bales, and each bale weighs about 500 pounds. And each bale will produce about 200 jeans, 250 bed sheets, and 1,200 t-shirts. And to think all this comes from a plant. Isn't this something? A little old soft plant. That's something. Well, let me keep checking out Aiken and just see what else that we can find. Love this cotton. I'll see you in a bit. I am right now in the, I guess, the commercial area, or the downtown area of Aiken. This is where all the shops are and the stores, and as a matter of fact, right here is the Aiken Brewery Company, and I'm standing right at the entrance of the alley, which is kind of a outdoor area that you can have dinner and have drinks and gatherings and so forth. And there are lots of shops here in up and down this street. And let me kind of walk down a little bit. Let me kind of turn this camera around so you can see the alley. And this is kind of the place to go, the night place to go here in Aiken. And again, look at this. Horses, horses, horses. This is such a unique place here. I mean, this is such a pleasant surprise. And you know, I've mentioned this before. There's so many places that have a high profile in South Carolina, and I don't think Aiken is on that list, but I highly recommend to come to Aiken. I mean, this place is really neat. It's special. There's tons of things to see, tons of restaurants. As you can see here, there's Whiskey Alley. I hear you on that. And just some neat stuff here. So, you know, I'll sure be glad when this COVID-19 nonsense is over with. Good gracious, to talk about stopping this country. Jeez. And look, here's another darn picture of some kind of a restaurant where they have horses. It's such a big thing here, the horses. So we kind of walk back and so in any case, thank you for being with me today in this unique place of Aiken, South Carolina, which is in the middle western part of the state. It's only about 18 miles from Augusta, Georgia, along the Savannah River. This is definitely beautiful, thoroughbred horse country. So you take care, and looking forward to showing you some more unique things about this amazing state of South Carolina.